Welcome to the channel again. Today I'm going to take you through the common causes of car smell, right from the rotten egg smell, gas smell, to the exhaust smell, and what are the possible remedy and what fixes you should do. Today we're going to work on the four common causes of smell in your car. And the first one is smoke. The second one is rotten egg, is musty, moldy, and then the last one is gas. So we're going to start with the smoke smell. So let's say in a beautiful day, you're just driving down the highway, and then out of nowhere you get this smoke smell, just like the exhaust just coming through the vents. Just you'd be like, hello, where is this coming from? The major causes of this is that either your exhaust just down in the engine is cracked, and then within that crack it just sips itself and then comes up and then gets through the vents and then comes inside. That's the first thing. Another one is when you have a gasket, is an exhaust gasket leaking, that will also bring in this kind of smell. And then also when you have a crack in your exhaust system, that also brings in. When you have this flex pipe, sometimes when you do a lot of regular repairs, this thing gets broken and then leaks out exhaust smell. So the best way to fix this is to make sure on your exhaust, everything that has a crack, you make sure it's welded. Any crack that you see within there, you make sure that's fixed. Also the exhaust gasket, make sure you get new gaskets and then you put it in there. So you also have this oil dripping into the exhaust smell. So what you do is you fix your valve cover gasket, and then this should be able to go away without any problem, and then you'll be good to go. Let's go to the second one. Is the rotten egg smell. This is the most disturbing smell that's always in the car. It always comes from two places. The first one is catalytic converter, and then the second one is your car battery. So I'm going to give you the scenarios which makes all this possible and why this smell comes about. For the battery, what happens is that when the alternator overcharges the battery, all the sulfur and the gas inside the battery will kind of like start making the battery swell, and then once it swells, and the reaction from inside there will produce this egg smell. So a way to make sure you know what your culprit is, you just install this. And I just put this in like this. So guys, the charging system says this is 15.5. So guys, when you see on the chart right there, it tells you that this is in the red section. That means, guys, the alternator right here, guys, is pumping too much power. And guys, that's an indication to tell you guys that the alternator is bad. So literally, guys, this alternator is overcharging the battery. So eventually it's going to end up to kill the battery, and then the battery is going to die. The most important thing to do once you figure that out is you have to make sure you take out your battery, get a new battery, but also make sure that you have to replace your alternator, because without that, that means you'll get a new battery, but this new the alternator will still kill it. So the second part we're going to discuss is about this catalytic converter. So what does a catalytic converter, when it goes bad, normally has this egg smell because of the sulfur which is in there. So the main causes that makes the catalytic converter go bad is when like you have like bad fuel which goes into your car, and also when you have a bad filter, your fuel filter. When the fuel filter is bad, normally it's going to let gas into the engine. So this gas is going to come out from the exhaust, so it's going to be strongly behind in the exhaust, but normally it gets its way inside your car. So eventually once it gets in the car, so it's time for you to find ways to fix this. So first things to do, make sure you check and be able to tell what kind of gas you get from the pump. Make sure it's the kind of gas which is needed for your car. If it's a 93, if it's an 87, just put the right gas and make sure you put it from the right gas station. First, once you're done like that, what you do next is you make sure you check on your fuel filter. Make sure the fuel filter is filtering your gas properly, so it doesn't let gas that's unfiltered and then will end up going to damage your exhaust system. Another one is we're going to discuss about the musty and moldy smell. So this is there are various factors which is going to cause this. Number one, when you open your vent like that, and then you get this smell, this funny and musty. So the main major cause that does this is your cabin air filters, because over time, when you don't replace your cabin air filters, it builds some dirt in there, and then moisture too is trapped inside there, and then over time, these together will create just a recipe of disaster in there, and then you start smelling this crazy stuff like what you see right there. And then there's this second scenario where you put your air filter, and then over time there's animals start living in there, and then they start creating their environment ecosystem in there. So the best way to do is to make sure you're replacing your cabin air filter as recommended by your car manufacturer. And if you see that maybe you're going to areas where it's too dusty, then please make sure you replace them sooner. Make sure all your air system is replaced within that given time, and then you have a nice car, and then you have no smelly car. Another one is we have this food stuff where we normally eat in the car, and then the food just drips in there, and then it's a lot of McDonald's fries getting in there. A lot of stuff happens all in there. So if on at the end of the day, when the car gets too hot inside, there's this special smell. It's crazy special that will develop, and then the smell will take over, and then it can make your car like just smell just really nasty, you know. So the best way to get rid of that is just make sure that normally if you eat in your car, if you can avoid eating in your car, please make sure you clean after yourself after every meal, because it will really help towards the whole end thing about how your car is going to be like. So it's always also important to pay the hygiene of your car. Very importantly, make sure that you do regular cleaning. And then also please avoid eating inside your car. If you can, avoid it. Just avoid it completely, will save you. To make sure your car will remain in a mint and clean condition, and you'll enjoy there. So the second part about this musty and then moldy smell is when you have a poor drainage in your car, and then water just eventually gets its way under your carpet. And then this is normally just possible if you have all this drainage system blocked, like what I'm showing you right here. So when over time, when this is blocked and then it rains or water gets in this place, the water will just have to create their own way and goes inside your car. And then once inside your car, it will start smelling, because once it gets hot in there, moldy stuff comes out. So make sure you check on your drainage system, clean it regularly, and make sure you see the water going through successfully, just like that. So lastly, we come to the gas smell. This is possible through two ways. The first one is from the engine, and then the second one is from inside the car. So from the engine, the main causes of gas coming inside your cabin is if there is a fuel line that's improperly connected or improperly screwed, or maybe there's a broken fuel line. Normally the smell comes through here, and then it's going to just contaminate your car, and you get this strong fuel smell. Another one is most cars have their own fuel pump in the rear seats. So what happens is that inside there, the cover that's on top, normally after some time, it kind of cracks, and then lets gas come out from inside the tank. And then once this gas comes out, eventually it's going to smell strongly, because it's going to be like spreading within the car. So make sure once you identify, just like this right here, when you see a crack, please make sure you replace it so that it stops this from happening, because it's really disturbing to have a gas smell in your car. Also, there's a leak inside, like below, but this normally really doesn't come inside your car, but also make sure you check it frequently. With those few points, please always keep your car clean, and then you will have a nice environment to enjoy when driving. If you have your air freshener, you know that's a temporary fix, it's not a permanent. Thank you for watching, and then see you next time, and then please like and subscribe.